is anyone else thrilled that JMW will be on maternity leave soon? Because, honestly, I need a break from Queen Stuffy. I cannot take another episode of her smug, holier-than-thou face acting like she owns the universe. At least The Gates is entertaining, unlike this show, which is stuck in an endless loop of the same nonsense. How am I supposed to see Steffi as anything but an entitled brat when they keep forcing her down our throats as the hero who always wins? It's exhausting. And let's talk about Carter. Poor guy just stood there like a deer in headlights while Steffi basically told him to zip it. The man has officially lost his backbone, and the way she spoke to Brooke today, absolutely unhinged. Brooke did nothing wrong except accept the CEO job in an attempt to talk Carter down. This was never about power for her. She wasn't even involved in the LLC deal and immediately warned Ridge about what she overheard. But of course, Ridge and Eric just stood there, letting Steffi bark orders like she's the emperor of Forrester Creations. Honestly, I don't have anything against JMW. She's a great actress, but I need a serious break from Steffi's hypocritical bullying nonsense. Maybe Sheila or Luna can finally finish the job, and we can resurrect Phoebe instead. Just a thought. Oh, and Steffi lecturing about dignity and grace. Excuse me. That's rich coming from her. The hypocrisy is next level. I used to like Steffi, but lately it's been the Steffi show. She's shoved into every storyline, and it's way too much. Can we please give her character a rest? At this point, I don't care how talented JMW is. The writing has made Steffi so one note. It's like watching paint dry. And let's get one thing straight. If I were Brooke, there is no way in hell I'd let a child talk to me the way Steffi did today. Sorry, but someone 20 years younger is not going to stand there and act like they run my life. Nope, not happening. Oh, Eric. The supposed voice of reason, the one who's always had Brooke and Hope's backs. What a letdown. He just sat there, looking completely useless, just like Ridge. And then, Daphne? Oh, Daphne? Saying that Carter can do better. Who even asked for your opinion? Honestly, it feels like the writers are on some weird mission to turn Hope into the villain of the story, and I'm not sure why. Is she really the bad guy just because the plot needs her to be? It's like the writers can't think of anything for Hope to do unless she's stuck in some love triangle, playing the good girl card. But really, why would Eric have supported Hope? She was part of the whole scheme that helped steal his life's work, after all the times he chose her over his own granddaughter. Maybe if Eric should have been backing her up just because of past loyalty, Hope could have at least told Carter the takeover was a terrible idea that would hurt Eric. Maybe she should have teamed up with her mom and actually tried to convince Eric that the company was going downhill with Ridge and Steffi calling the shots. Instead, it's like, where's Hope's support for him in all of this? Oh, Carter. Yeah, total creep. I mean, he really outdid himself this time, didn't he? He practically ruined Hope. He's the mastermind behind this whole mess. And don't even get me started on Brooke, who basically threw her own daughter under the bus. But oh wait, we can't forget the wicked stepsister, Steffi, who's somehow managing to make everything worse. And then there's Daphne, seriously, telling Zend all about how great Carter is. Yeah, I'm sure. How long until they're in bed together? I'm disgusted just thinking about it. And Steffi, oh Steffi, does she really think that outfit is going to win anyone over? She looks like she's ready to hit 42nd Street for a living. I mean, come on. Honestly, this is exactly why I stopped watching about a month ago. After Steffi's ridiculous meltdown over Finn being Luna's dad, I just couldn't take it anymore. 15 years of watching down the drain, but it's just not worth my time anymore. Oh, where do I even begin? Let me refresh your selective memory, since it's clearly on a break. Hope's done some lovely things, hasn't she? Like the time she cheered when Steffi miscarried and declared, the obstacle is gone. Real heartwarming stuff, right? Or the classic moment when she shoved pregnant Steffi into a table, because why not? Let's not forget the skiing incident when Hope was so high she practically mowed down Steffi. Real classy. And just last year, Hope tried to strike Steffi after Thomas left town. Because heaven forbid Hope admit that she might have had a role in that little drama. But no, let's focus on how she slut-shamed Steffi for daring to model lingerie after having Kelly. How could Steffi be so disrespectful? But don't you dare forget Hope's triumphant return in 2018 when she claimed to want to help Steffi and Liam work out their issues, all while whispering in Liam's ear like a high school mean girl, trying to turn him against Steffi. Oh, and did I mention Hope's a lying, two-faced, hypocritical, lazy Nepo baby? Yes, I'm using all those buzzwords y'all like to throw around. But for someone who claims to know what bully means, you might want to take a moment to check the dictionary. Hope's no angel. Now, can we please stop acting like Steffi is the only one who's done some terrible things? Seriously, every single character on this show has a what were they thinking moment. Nobody said Hope is a saint, but let's not pretend Steffi doesn't have her own track record of horrible decisions. Steffi loves to act like the moral compass of the show, yet she's got her own pile of bad choices to answer for. Everyone's done terrible things, and trying to act like Hope's the only villain here is just adorable. And can we talk about the Steffi fans for a second? Why do y'all get so worked up over a fictional character? Chill out, it's just TV, not life or death. Elmow. Here's the deal. Both Hope and Steffi have done their fair share of awful things. They antagonize each other, and when one strikes back, suddenly it's a scandal. But guess what? Steffi's turn to be the bully is happening right now. Hope's day will come too. But don't act so shocked when Hope tries to slap Steffi. It's just a response to the charming things Steph has done. Neither of them are saints, people. Get over it. Carter really needs to stop lying to himself. He keeps insisting to Hope that what they have is real. But come on, does he even listen to himself? There's a gut feeling that he doesn't want this at all. But hey, that's just my opinion. It's the same true love nonsense Eric spouted when he only got turned on by Donna. Yeah, that totally invalidated his entire relationship with Quinn, right? Carter's whole obsession with seeing Hope in lingerie. That's what kicked this whole mess off. The depth of this relationship is about as profound as a puddle of mud. From the start, it's been forced and absurd. Classic plot-driven character development mixed with gaslighting. Remember how Carter was explaining the LLC stuff to Hope? Of course he chose that route. Her cheering him on felt more like an afterthought. The writers clearly cooked up this messy plot to get Ridge and Taylor back together while positioning Steffi as the genius savior of the family business. Honestly, I haven't been able to sit through a full episode in weeks. Huge thanks to everyone who still watches, though. Reading your comments is more entertaining than the show at this point. Carter really needs to stop crying. Is he bipolar? He used to be all fired up about Hope being wronged and Steffi firing her. Now, he just doesn't care. He doesn't want to upset his family. And that whole drive he had when he took control of the company. Gone. Hope's right to dump him. Remember when Liam was with Ivy and Rick and Maya were making everyone's lives miserable? Liam found some actual backbone back then. He stood up to Rick when he tried to disrespect Ivy in front of him, and even went to Bill to see if he could buy FC and kick Rick out. And mind you, this was after Steffi came back, and of course, Liam was back to his wishy-washy self in a matter of weeks. If Carter can't even manage to step up like the show's biggest punching bag has occasionally done, then it really says a lot. The COVID era of the bold and the beautiful and what could have been. Last week marked the 5-year anniversary of the bold and the beautiful halting production due to the COVID-19 pandemic. Yes, 5 years. Time flies when you're stuck in a never-ending loop of flashbacks and awkward. Let's pretend this is normal moments. Now, full disclosure, I've only watched a handful of episodes of The Bold and The Beautiful on YouTube, mostly because it's not available in the UK, but I'm diving into this as part of an alternate history project. So here's my big question. Did COVID mess with any storylines? Were there epic plans that got scrapped because of the pandemic? And while we're at it, what did you all think of the episodes during the COVID era? Were the safety restrictions so restrictive that they hindered the show? Did any of the storylines get watered down or completely ruined? And let's be real, has the pandemic left a permanent dent in the show's budget? Because, let's face it, the aftermath of COVID is still very much present in some of those episodes. Personally, I think COVID pretty much ruined soaps. We got to witness the birth of the flashback era, and I'm not talking about nostalgic callbacks. I'm talking about flashbacks within the same episode. That's right, we're watching a full episode, and they're already showing us what happened 10 minutes ago. Is that really necessary? Also, the dialogue recaps, like we didn't already watch the same scenes a dozen times over. It's like the writers assume we're all suffering from short-term memory loss. And the cherry on top of this creative solution: the prolonged, uncomfortable close-ups of actors looking deeply into each other's eyes, stretching out scenes with zero real substance. How long can we watch someone squint at their co-star in silence before we start questioning everything? It's just wild. If you're going to make people stand on set all day, at least give them something decent to work with. Oh, and let's not forget the iconic broomstick kissing scene. Yes, that's right, Finn proposing to Steffi while using a broomstick as a stand-in for their faces. Because nothing says romantic moment like a household cleaning tool standing in for intimacy. I mean, who came up with this idea? Genius. You all refuse to hold Hope accountable for anything. It's like a broken record. Whenever she's called out, you deflect or resort to calling people airheads or accusing them of not watching the show. Don't pretend like you're acknowledging her history, because you're clearly not. When Steffi calls Hope out for her actions, suddenly it's Steffi being a bully, but somehow the list of people who've given Hope a reality check gets ignored. And don't get me started on Steffi being the morality police. She's just telling it like it is. How many more of these posts do we need? We get it. You don't like her. It's a TV show. Move on already. Honestly, I've never seen a fanbase complain this much about not being agreed with. I couldn't care less who agrees with me. I'm still going to like who I like. And yeah, Hope has some responsibility, but let's not pretend like she's the sole person to blame for the coup. Blaming her and her alone for everything is ridiculous. Does she have some accountability? Sure, but does she deserve to take all the heat while Carter gets a free pass? Absolutely not. Oh, and before you start another anti-Hope rant, did you even see the post 2 hours ago? You could have just added your comment there, but no, here we are again with another repetitive tirade. This sub has turned into a drag, just like the show. Seriously, are we being flooded by the anti-Logan crew from Twitter/X now? Just stop already. This sub used to be fun, and now it's just the same tired complaints over and over. And seriously, it's her fault. The coup wasn't even her idea. She went along with Carter's plan, sure, but let's not act like she masterminded it. Her biggest mistake was putting up with Steffi's nonsense for way too long. Hope's weak, and she hides behind everyone else, letting them fight her battles. That's what she can be faulted for. But blaming her for being fired, being called a slut, or just being part of the Forrester family. Come on. The problem with people trashing Hope is they refuse to acknowledge why she's so angry. If you were constantly sabotaged by someone like Steffi, you'd be pissed too. Hope has been in that company her whole life, and yet she's constantly belittled and pushed aside just because people have issues with her family. Ah, the infamous Brooke and Nick saga. Why did she really leave him in 2006? Let's break it down, shall we? First, on the surface, it really didn't make sense, right? Brooke had more reasons to forgive Nick than to walk away. He was fulfilling her needs in every way, at least in the moment. Sure, he cheated on her, who hasn't in this soap opera world? And then there was that little oops moment where he possibly got her daughter pregnant. But hey, that was nothing compared to the ongoing circus that was Ridge. I mean, Ridge, her ex-husband, had done far worse. But hey, let's not ignore the fact that Brooke wasn't exactly head over heels for Bridget anyway. She didn't need to tie the knot with Nick, especially not when he was still mourning the loss of a baby with her daughter. Awkward, to say the least. But here's the thing. At the core of it, Nick had made a colossal mistake by cheating on her with the very daughter she had left him for, all in a fit of jealousy. Oh, and he sent a message loud and clear, one that echoed as strongly as Ridge calling Hope a slut. It was so bad that even I had to step back and say, whoa, that's some next-level soap opera drama. So, yeah, in 2006, I was all Team Bridge. After that, though, the whole thing just unraveled, especially when the writers decided to toss it all into chaos once again. But I digress. It was a mess that had me questioning everything, but only time, like a lot of time, could make me warm up to Nick and Brooke again. In short, it wasn't the cheating that did it. It was the choice to cheat with the daughter that left everyone spinning.